Okay, and you guys can hear me, right? Let's see. Let me center myself. Perfect. All right. Oh, great. How many people do we have as I botched the beginning of this? Nice. Welcome, 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 everybody. So, oops. Okay. Boom. I know, really, second final case. I mean, second to last final case. I know it's absolutely insane to me. Let me go in, and Bonnie, you sent me the screenshots. So let me download that and I'll upload that before people start to get frustrated. Yep. All right. Wow, welcome everybody. Second to last case. Seeing a lot of people on. That's great. It has been. Oh yeah, it's Christmas happened and New Year's Day happened. So welcome. All right, folks, what you guys see? We are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to the next case. Second to last case. That is insane. That means in 2 weeks, Criminal Case will be done. I've still not heard if Pretty Simple's doing anything else. I need to message them. Ace, I'm still furious with Antoine Macaron managed to weasel his way out of prison on technicality. Since then, the mob boss has been living in a lap of luxury at the Loyal Colat Hotel, outside which we currently stand. The hotel staff told us that Macaron's in the Lilac Slate Suite. Time for us to burst in there and make sure he knows we're still on him. Ace, if Macaron starts with his usual snarkiness, reposes, I can't promise I shan't punch him in the face. Alley-oop? Oh, well, I saw the preview. Something tells me we're not going to have too much to deal with him. So let's go down to here. So we'll see how this goes. I got a new mouse and keyboard, so different DPI and settings and stuff, so it's still really unique to me. So obviously that's him. Both those eyes look creepy. Pink robe. I don't know what that means. Face powder's down here. Mirror. It's here. Pink rope pieces. I don't know what that is. It's a whip. Come on. Not not shocked about any of that. Alright. Then why are we super slow, please? Manju, that's Antoine Macaron naked and tied up to the bed. Dead. Yeah, we know that. From the looks of his face, he suffocated to death. Was this a kinky sex game gone wrong? You're right. Someone wrote "die pig" on his chest. Hey, this is looking more like murder. I must say I'm not surprised. Macaron had multiple enemies, including yours truly, but that doesn't absolve us from investigating his death. The tag on this gift basket says, M. Macaron, thanks for the chat. Remember the name of the sender mail for us, Elite, I agree. Where those pieces of rope, we better assemble them. Whoever dared murder the leader of the pigeons and rats is a force to be reckoned with, so we better find them and fast. Oh, that's right, I gotta grab stars. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Pigeon CD. Au revoir. Alright guys, give me 1 minute. Well, I did not think about this. Alright, we'll keep going. I'll just have to deal with it. Yeah. This needs to be so... Well, we'll do our best. This new mouse, I'm still getting used to it. It's an ergonomic mouse, so it feels good, but the response is a little different, and so we'll keep playing with it. I'll get better with it, but you know, I've just been using it for like a week now, so it's still a little unique. Yeah, well, welcome back, Ricky. I know, and honestly, this has been so fast of a season. I feel like this could have been even better of a season, but I think they just it's like with anything. If they wrap up a show that they were intending to go on for a while, it feels rushed, and 100% this feels rushed. But I still gotta say, I enjoy it. I love that they included Jones. Jones came back. That was a lot of fun. Where's the jacket? Oh, there it is, all the way up there. Okay, gotcha. Yep, in 2 weeks we say bid adieu. So, I think what we'll do, and I know I said I'd get everyone together for the final case. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'll do a, I'm thinking about this, so I'll see who can all make it. Let's see. There's the I'll see who can actually make it, but I may do next week a fan get together where we do this kind of at the same time, and so that it doesn't conflict with the final one, but also we get a good send off from everybody. I'm thinking that's what I'll do. And what I'm also thinking is we'll have a I'll have to see how we can, if it's even possible, but I'm definitely thinking of having, obviously the people that have been on cases before to return. Yeah, I can. So sometime next week we'll join with whoa. Come on, copy, paste. Why is it not? Oh, it's doing a redirect. So that's not what I want. So I'll type it in manually. Okay. Alright. SP2R PAM. Perfect. Alright, so that should work. Alright. So what I'll do is I think I'm going to have the people that that have been on before as guests. I think you guys will all be on. We'll have like the first hour fielding questions. Put together some questions. You guys can put together some questions that we can ask the group. And then I think for the second hour, we will open it up and I'll send a link to people through probably Discord to where people can join the call, ask their questions. Either they can type them out, or they can actually have people be able to call in and basically ask their questions or share their thoughts and stuff. That's my initial thought. So Discord will be a good way to, if you do want to contribute, getting in there. devices. There it is. It's falling down. And that wig is an ode to Rosetta, of course. That's right. We thought we might get the misses on. I don't see her being able to wake up this early. It's very hard for me to wake up this early. So in my new endeavor, I might. Man, so how was everybody's Christmas, New Year's, holiday? Hopefully it was fun. We had a blast. I mean, we are still quarantined, basically, and we're still taking as many precautions as we can. So, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I can't lie though. Waking up this early, it's been rough. Basically my new job. It's the same job. It's just a lot. It's more responsibilities. Um, it has been rough waking up this early in the morning. Yeah, for the final case, I think it's just going to be me going solo. Kind of want to end it how I started it, but I think next week we're going to have something that involves all the people that have been contributing to this, as well as there may be something we coordinate at the end of once the case is over for the final case. Maybe we might have like a final send off. So my thought is next week we'll do a recap, like a reunion of sorts, and then for the final week or the final case we'll do something. We'll see. No, I can't do no face cam. Yeah, no, can't. No, we're not going that route. We're not going that route. Those were in the days when you didn't get to see my reactions and stuff. That was we've come at least somewhat to where we don't need to do that. But yes, if we really wanted to take this back to when it all started, you would have a crazy layout. You'd have an intro with a baseball crushing through the screen. You'd have no face cam. I think at that time I was still single too. So I think at this point I've been married for 6 years. I've known my wife for 7 years, so that's basically how long the criminal case has been around. Basically, criminal case entered my life at the same time that I met my wife. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Who knew? Who knew that one of the people I went on a date with would end up being my wife, basically at the same time. So right when I started this is when I started dating the final person that I would date in my life. That's crazy. That's crazy. So just chew on that a little bit. So when criminal case started is essentially when is basically exactly when I met my wife. So going from someone single that was in the dating scene, playing criminal case, and at the same time going on a date with my wife. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. In 7 years, we've gotten married, we moved, we bought a house, we have 2 kids, we have a dog. Kids are 5 and 3, both boys. I know I put some of them on the screen on the screen at times. That was a lot of fun. Right now they're crazy though. Like you can't hold their attention unless they actually wanted to. So I may do something where I have them come in on the final case. I may do that because they're usually almost up at that time, so they can come in their PJs. I know. Junior's 3. It's been quite a ride, man. It's been quite a lots happened in my life. Actually, that's a good thing to be a topic to approach to both people that are on that we do a reunion. But so where were you guys 7 years ago? So when I started, it was 2000, I think 14. So where were you in 2014? What were you doing? What, you know, obviously, I mean, I had a job. I didn't have my current job and stuff. So I'll be very curious. Where were you all in 2014? 2014 or 2013? Let me know if we got married in 2014. So 2013 would have been the year, I think. Yeah, 2013. Yeah, 2013, because we got married in 2014. So, we met in 2013. That's the crazy thing too. Is if we're talking 2013, is 8 years ago. There could be a lot of people in this chat that are like 14 or 15, which means 8 years ago they were like 6 or 7. And then you had like who Papu was 1, which means you're 9. Like that's insane. Like that's crazy to me that it's been that we've been on for as long as that. I know, Joe. I know. That's always been the case, man. Criminal case is more for younger people for sure. That's crazy. Oh yeah. I mean that's also been when it comes to diversity within the viewers, that's always been really fun. We get such a wide range of individuals that come on here. So that watch. You have young people, not so much older people, but you obviously do have, some older people, but and from all walks of life, very much various countries, which is always really cool. Um, what's that? What's a helmet? Yeah, I found Criminal Case. I'll go over the story because it's only 2 or 3 more times I'm going to be streaming this, so might as well let people know. Yeah, I found it ironically looking for popular games on Facebook. There was a site um, that had like a list, and it was like top 10 back in 2013. And I was like, man, this looks kind of cool. Let's nobody's doing videos on it, So if it's this popular and there's nobody doing videos on it, why not do some videos? And here we are. You know, in retrospect, back in the time when I had all the time in the world, um, you know, I wish I had connected with Pretty Simple earlier, maybe done some marketing, you know, maybe some merchandise along with the game, tried to grow it a little bit more popular, worked a little bit more in tandem with their development team. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It would have been really cool. Um, it would have been really cool. I think I could have definitely helped them um, in their strategy and get feedback from someone that played the game. Um, and maybe even work towards you know, a certain strategy. You know, I think one of the big things that that they missed out on, and I've said this many times, is not releasing mobile at the same time as web. I think that was a big missed opportunity. Um, because by the time mobile was released, everybody already knew where you could go online to see that stuff. So I think they should have delayed the releasing of cases every 2 weeks, like they started doing with COVID, and you know, scaled everything back and then built into that a time where, because they could have easily had it at season 5 or season 6 where they were released simultaneously, and I do believe that that would have been a better business model than what they had currently had. They also, from like the web perspective, they didn't do the web as standalone, so you kind of had to play through everything. Luckily, you know, I had Kian who helped me catch up when we had our second kid, and I was just too busy um, supporting my wife in that to be able to record. But you know, he had to go in and make all these, you know, continue to play and do all that stuff. And if they could have just let me open up one of them and like link them all together, I think that would have been, if they treated it like an episodes or something like that, it could have been, you know, much better for people to get into it and to potentially again spend money. So again, a couple of things that they could have done from my eyes from a strategy perspective that could have potentially given them more money. Now again, the solution probably would have cost them more, um, but I think it would have been got them a pretty good ROI um, in terms of once that was done. But again, I would have given them that feedback like really early on. I mean, we've had these talks on, at least on our chat, for a while, and I would have really pushed them for that. Come on, man, where's my mouse? My mouse has not been having an issue, but for some reason I have not actually gone on this, and it's dragging slow on Facebook. So it doesn't really drag slow anywhere else, but I don't know where the lantern is. That's probably what's throwing me off too. See, mobile criminal cases are breeze because you can finish without spending time, and the coins have too many ads. See, that's perfect. Honestly, what I would have had them do is done that exact same thing. Throw ads on it. Um, you know, each season has its own thing, and then if you wanted to get no ads in the season, make it like $5. Because someone like myself, uh, for basically a year worth of something, maybe they could do a they could have done like one of the $5. You know, you get X amount of energy or something like that. Like for $5, you could really leverage some stuff, and like a lot of the other mobile apps do. I think they could have totally leveraged something like that, and someone like myself would have paid for it easily. So again, lots of coulda, woulda, shouldas. They obviously had reasons as to why they did it the way that they did it, and they were successful for a while. So can't say too much on that side of things, but again, those are just things from an outsider's perspective, without knowing their business plan and all that stuff of what I would have recommended to them. I don't know. Well, the chapter art's always gone up and down. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's alright. Sometimes it's like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, if you talk about leaks of the final case, you're going to get it insta-banned. So don't do that. Come on. If you've been in this channel for more than 5 minutes, you know that you don't do that. So, and because of that, we may actually go to Discord for the final case. So I don't know if I trust chat, because even right now, chat's obviously not the best. Again, 98% of chat is great, but we all know the people that make it the 2% that make it very, very difficult. Yeah. And honestly, Pratham, if he does it again, just ban him. Second time he's being timed out for rule violation. Again, if you're doing rule violations like this more than once, you just get banned for life. I don't need you in the chat. I honestly don't. So again, guys, feel free to remove him from the channel. You can give him another chance if you want, but again, once you get banned or get timed out twice, you're done. You're done. I allow mistakes. I allow people to be idiots, but once you're idiots more than twice, you're done. You're done. It's like sticking your hand in a fire, getting burned, and then putting your hand right back in the fire. That's just idiotic. That's the funny thing. It's like, oops, yeah, I made a mistake. Let me try that again. Oh, I made another mistake. Oh, hold on. Seriously, they're not going to do it a third time. Oh, I did it a third time. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, chat will be on the Discord. So we updated the link in Discord. So go over there if you do want to chat. Obviously, we can ban people over there too. So, but at least you'll get less people that that are going to either spoil and or because there you can just kick them out of the server and ban them from the server. So there's we'll handle it that way. old finales. I could do old finales potentially. Cache is obviously an issue, as well as it just takes it just takes a lot, and it just takes a lot. I don't know how many people Discord can have, but I think it's quite a bit. I've been on calls where there's like 14 or 15 people, so I wouldn't imagine that it. I mean, I'm assuming it could scale. Obviously, we want some leaders in there that could mute people that either have too much background noise or, if they're getting out of line or anything like that. So we should be able to handle it. Maybe I already clicked on that. Yeah, I did click on the book. I'm seeing things at this point. And yes, I have actually arrested someone wrong. Honestly, we did it on purpose just to see what happened, and I cannot remember which case that was. That was a while ago, I think. I don't know if chat box will be disabled or if I just won't show it. Like I feel like when I don't show YouTube chat, they don't spoil as much there. Like they just get a kick out of like me reading it or it showing up on screen. So if you don't give them the opportunity to get some validation in their in them being jerks, then they don't do it. Like the whole reason they do it is just get recognition. They're small, weak people that get joy out of inflicting pain on other people. So it just sucks to be that life, man. I would hate to be that individual. And you kind of feel bad for these people that are spoiling in a way. I mean, I do, because it's like you guys are really pathetic, and that's how you decide to get some validation in your life. It just sucks. Their life probably sucks. Because really, you wouldn't be mean and rude like that if your life was amazing. Can't remember who said it, but it's like if your life is going amazing, it's really hard to be a jerk. But when you have like trauma or other stuff happening in your life, you like to bully other people. Like the only people that bully are the people that have been bullied. Like it's very rare that someone just like wakes up out of the womb, has never been bullied, and then all of a sudden they just go in and they get bullied. Not talking about anyone individually, but I am saying that when you get banned multiple times, there's a reason for it, and if you don't learn, then there's a reason for that. And it takes a certain kind of person not to be able to learn when there's rules in place to follow them. So it's happened to many people. Many people have been banned from this channel. I bet you if I looked at my thing of like how many people have been banned, we're probably in like the thousands. Probably at least in the thousands, maybe 10,000 people that have been banned from this channel because they've been idiots. But again, each one of those people, I just think back and go, man, that they are probably not happy with their lives to be able to want to spoil, and then also when people tell you no and you get timed out, to have it happen again and again and again. yeah, so if you guys are on Discord, we'll definitely open up to chat on there. It's probably going to be crazy. It's probably going to be nuts. But I'm good with that. I'm fine with it being nuts for the final one. We can always kick people out or mute people if we need to. And Bonnie and mods, I'll work with you guys through Discord to figure out a best time for you guys next week to do this. Maybe it's at the same time, or we kind of get everyone together. So that way people can plan for it if they are in fact wanting to like hop on and say something or ask questions or be on a final video for a criminal case and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I give people the opportunity. And I was thinking of almost as we're talking, having like a slideshow in the background or somewhere where maybe Bonnie you can help with a layout for that. But anyways, let's do this. All right, folks, Pitching 88, we are back. Like Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on. RH. That's not it. It's going to be RNH. Yep. R and then Natty? Nanty? Ranty? I don't know who Nanty is. I don't remember. And R. Nanty sent Macaron this gift basket. Could this be Roland Nanty, the radio show host from entering the murder investigation? I don't even remember that guy. We better speak to him right away. Kind of remember him maybe, but not really. Discord has a voice chat, so we'll definitely probably be leveraging that. However, what Discord doesn't have is video chat. We're going to have to figure out whether that's going to be Zoom. I haven't really used Zoom, to be fair. So someone that's used it a little bit more than me. I usually just use Teams, but that's more like work-related stuff. It's a cat of nine tails. It's an essential accessory in a dominatrix kit. Yeah, it looks like its owner goes by his initials AB. Ooh, Amelia Brassiere, the peep show dancer we met in Valley. That doesn't surprise me that she's back. It appears that Miss Brassiere and Monsieur Macaron knew each other rather intimately, and that she'd be in the very room where he was killed. The dancer has some questions to answer. Some questions? We should be congratulating her. She's the one we should be congratulating her for this. Is that a snakeskin suit? It's a little much. Mr. Nanty, how surprising to find you embroiled once again in a murder investigation. Queen? Who is it this time? A nefarious gangster by the name of Antoine Macaron. Macaron's dead? But I saw him alive, and well, only a couple hours ago. What were you doing fraternizing with the mob boss? Simple. I heard through the journalist grapevine that Macaron was out of prison. I wanted to be the first to interview him live from my radio show. To my surprise, the fellow agreed and asked me to meet him at Maki Me Happy, his favorite sushi joint, to conduct the interview. I know the place. It's on Paris' famous Rue Sainte Anne, just a stone's throw from the Royal Culotte Hotel. Mr. Nancy, you're free to go while Security and I look around the sushi restaurant. We may be in touch with more questions very soon. Interesting. How delightful to see your sexy face again, Security Janice. Come to watch me dance? Sure. We're on business on pleasure, Mademoiselle Brassiere. Care to explain your cat of nine tails ended up on the scene of a murder? Antoine Macaron, to be exact. Wait, he's been murdered? Well, oui, and we found him naked and tied up to the bed. Sounds rather up your street, not? Look, I'll admit Antoine hired me this afternoon to do a private dance for him, among other things. But I swear he was still alive when I left his hotel room, and I had nothing to do with his murder. Well, Can you ask her, was he tied up when you left the room? I was like, that's the important question. Because if it wasn't you who tied him up, there was obviously someone else. Sweet. So we got both of our things. Perfect. There's an article about macarons released in manganese. These gossip rats catch on fast. And look, someone wrote "die pick" across it in the same handwriting as on our victim. This is definitely a killer's magazine. Maybe get a sample of that reddish brown substance left on it. This try sushi picked up looks delectable, but I'm afraid we don't have time for dinner, Ace. Oh, you think there might be a clue? Oh, let's take a look. That looks good. That looks good. Sushi is something I will definitely eat, for sure. Oh, interesting. She tastes as delicious as it looked, but more importantly, you found this blingy ring underneath it. You're right, it looks identical to the ring by Sammy Malouf, the CEO of Lover. Finding Malouf's belonging in the same restaurant as the macaron was in before he was killed makes him a suspect in my books. We need a word with him. Oh, for sure. Hmm. Oh, you don't like to eat sushi? Oh, man. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that don't like certain foods, but sushi's delicious in my eyes. I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of foods that I like, but sushi is definitely one of them that I enjoy. See if Enzo can figure out the goop from the Killer's magazine is all about. Let's do that. Oh, you like tuna fish? See, I like all sorts of fish. I like all sorts of food, though. I'm not picky. I love all food. Secret James, not sure why you brought me in, but you can make it quick. I lost something very precious to me, and might it be this ring? Yeah, where'd you find it? At Making Me Happy. The same restaurant Mobster Antoine Margaron was at just before he was murdered. What were you doing there? Oh, monsieur, another murder? And a mobster to boot? I went to Making Me Happy to scout it as a potential location for our next lover ad. And did you see Macaron while you were there? Never even heard of that chap till now, so I have no clue whether I saw him or not. Secret James, I can't thank you enough for returning my ring. I'm sorry I haven't been of much help. Sure. Sure. Never heard of the guy. Famous mobster all over the tabloids. You've never seen him. I never noticed that actually. Has it always been there? That when in that they were actually it showed her like operating on the body. Bonjour, lover boy. Hope you haven't been too busy canoodling with Carrie to look at the sample we got you. Canoodling? What century are you from, Hugo? Anyway, a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell. What I can say is that my Carrie is as sweet as the red substance you sent me from the Killer's magazine, which turned out to be the flesh of a fig. Oh, okay. Okay, well, sitting on a terrace in Providence, and summer eating figs freshly plucked from the tree. Heaven. Well, looks like we both have something in common with Macaron's killer, a love for figs. What does it say in English? Our killer won't give a fig about figs when we throw him in prison. A fig about figs. I'm not, now that's one thing. I've tried them. We even had a fig tree in our backyard. Didn't love it, man. Ooh la vache. Nadia, everything alright? Well, yeah, it's just my cat. She's a little sick. Nothing serious. Dolores, you must be here to find out how Antoine Macaron was murdered. The bloodshot eyes and high level of carbon dioxide in his bloodstream show that the killer suffocated Macaron to death using a plastic bag. Well, that could not have been a pleasant way to go. Is there any chance this was an unfortunate accident caused by a sex game? No, that's impossible because the hematomas on Macaron's wrist prove that he was tied up after he died. You see, someone posed his body to make it look like a sex act gone wrong, but it actually wasn't. Oh, and let's not forget the unsavory message the killer wrote on Macaron's chest. Exactly. And speaking of which, Die Pig was written using a quality oil paint, just like the great French masters used to create their masterpieces. I must say, my life drawing classes using oil paints are highly titillating. And that's by the by. My point is here, you're looking for a killer who enjoys oil painting. Alright, well, the killer languishing in jail won't paint a pretty picture, that's for sure. It might paint a pretty picture. If it's the brassiere chick, then yes, it will paint a pretty picture. Hey, so I was all ready to deal with the confrontation. That's right, that's right, blah, 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 blah. Summary. Oh, Leah, you need me? Alright, I'm on my way. It's around the hotel where you gotta get over there now. Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be Carrie's brother there. Anyways, see you guys in a little bit. I gotta go grab some stars. Or wow. Welcome, welcome everybody. See more and more people have hopped on. Appreciate that. One case left. You might have a test tomorrow. Well, hopefully you know what that answer is. That's a good point, Joe. Very good point. She has to be a suspect. Eleanor. That's a good question about music. So I am unique in the sense that I record these games, and in order to not get flagged from YouTube, because the music that they use is copyrighted, I actually can't listen to any of the music that gets played in this. So through the whole criminal case, through the whole 7 or 8 seasons, I've not listened to any of the music. So I have no thoughts on that. Do you guys have thoughts? Like again, I don't have like anything really that I can even think of. I know people tended to like Supernatural Investigation. I kind of remember people mentioning that, but outside of that, I don't recall it. So the question in the chat is, do I have an Instagram? No. Do I have a Snapchat? No. Do I have a TikTok? No. Do I have WhatsApp? No. I am 32 years old. I have no need for any of that stuff. Do I have a Twitter? Yes, I have a Twitter. Do I post on Twitter? No. Do I have a Facebook, like a personal Facebook? No. Do I have a? I am essentially off of like all social media. Um, Again, I do have a Twitter, so I do enjoy my Twitter. Um, but let's control there we go. Refresh this. Um, I do have Twitter, that's for sure. I don't post there ever. I just do it to follow a couple of accounts, and that's pretty much it. I am least um, the least social media person out there probably. I'm of the mindset that social media is a time suck, and I could be spending my time doing a million other things that are more productive than being on social media. So, not to say you guys aren't being productive by being on social media, but there's no benefit for me. I got way too much stuff going on in my life, and that just distracts. Plus, it's people showing you how great their lives are, and at the end of the day, they don't care. I don't care how people's lives are. I don't care that people went to a mountain range or something and had a whole bunch of fun. I don't. I really don't care. Like that's the funny thing, you know. Dang, first stream since 2015. I've changed a lot, man. Changed a lot for sure. Yeah, I have 2 kids now. It's kind of quite a bit change for sure. I mean, I have facial hair, which is one. I'm more grizzled for sure. Uh, would I join a Mr. Beast video? Oh, for sure. And I've actually, because I've watched some of his videos, and he's said like, you know, reach out or something like that. And I know I filled out a couple of things, and I think my responses to him, although he didn't never responded to me, so I didn't get like picked or anything, but I was like, hey man, you know, appreciate what you're doing. I love what your channel stands for. I'm like, you know, if for whatever reason you do read this, go pick someone else. Like, don't like don't use me, because I am comfortable enough. I have a real job, so this is just my side gig. But no, I really appreciate what Mr. Beast is doing. If I had the ability to make money the way he does, and go through that route of like always paying it back, I love that, man. I just right. I mean, I don't make money like that. I make money that's comfortable enough for my family, but not anything outside of that. And again, like I have a job, and during COVID, I still have a job, um, and I'm one of the top performers at my company. So I will continue to have a job. Never concerned about that at this point. So I'm fortunate enough to have found a job that I'm very, very good at. Um, and so I'm not worried. Yeah. So that's actually that's a good question. Obviously, we're getting towards the end of this. Um, I have no problem sharing my thoughts on what happened yesterday. I will put a caveat that I literally have not looked at the news more than like 5 minutes, because at the end of the day, it happens 2,000 miles away from me, and the people involved are crazy, in my opinion. So they're not of level mind. Uh, I don't think that anything that has transpired is worth storming the gates, so to speak. Um, there's a lot other more causes that I would think that if you're going to give that amount of effort to, you can put your time and effort towards. So at the end of the day, we voted for America voted for a celebrity, right? We voted for a celebrity, and most celebrities are narcissistic in that he is no exception, and he has never once been able to admit defeat in anything, even when he was back in his shows and his shows were failing. You know, like The Apprentice was a really good show. I enjoyed The Apprentice, but it it ran its course. But he never said that. He never said it was a failure. He never said that the ratings dropped. He blamed other people. So why would you ever think he was going to go without a fight? Anyway, that's just me. So just let him be crazy. Go ahead, let him be crazy. And in a few days, or I don't even know when, because again, I don't care, honestly. The, they tend to make the government seem like it's so big and important, but at the end of the day, the government really doesn't do that much for us in America. They like to think they do, but they really don't. Yeah, they'll tax us, they'll take more money away from us, yes, they'll give us something, but at the end of the day, you're talking minor amounts to your paycheck. Again, we live in a country where they probably take, what, 25% of your paycheck in various ways. But you have places like, I think it's Switzerland, who they take like 70% of your paycheck. Um, so it's like wherever you live, whatever government you're a part of, most likely they're going to take a portion of your paycheck. So just deal with it. Budget, plan for it, accommodate it. That's, I don't know, maybe that's me being way too fiscally responsible. But I don't care really about the government. Yeah, I'm sure, again, everybody has their own thoughts on it. I won't get too much into it, aside from the fact that, like, again, I just it doesn't really affect me. Um, I mean, like with Obamacare, that affected me when I was in between jobs, um, where they were going to force me to have to get health insurance, and going to have to force me to pay an exorbitant amount. So that was a little crazy, because that was interesting. Because again, didn't care about it, and then all of a sudden it affected me, and I was like, oh, like this is ridiculous. Why are you going to force me to get medical care? I'm healthy. I was like, it just didn't make any sense. We had like a kid, but I was like, hey, I'll pay out of pocket for this. Um, I just don't want to have to pay all of these like crazy. It was like almost like a full paycheck. It was a ridiculous amount. And I'm like, I'm out of a job. I was like, I don't want to freaking pay for this. This is ridiculous. But again, there's things that will definitely affect you. But again, at the time as well, we budget. We budget. We live well below our means. Um, they are though. They are, Ricky. They are. So state taxes, they are added to receipts. You get sales tax and all that stuff. All that stuff's on receipts. Um, so, but I mean, if you're gonna buy $100, you know that it's gonna cost you $110. It's just like, it's just the way it is. It's not. You just calculate it into your budgeting. I don't understand why people don't. Well, again, I am very fiscally responsible, and I lived well below my means for a very, very long time. You know, a great example of this. Should I be on a 7-year-old computer that is running like a POS right now? No. Do I have the means to upgrade my computer? Yes. But am I? No. That money is being invested in other places and stuff, and so I'm, why spend the money here when I can, put it in other places and get more length out of my computer. I drive a 11-year-old car at this point, and it runs fine. Is it the best car in the world? No. Would I like to drive a Tesla? Would I like to drive a better car? Yes. Oh, and Ricky, are you in Australia or New Zealand? Because either way, those countries are way, way cooler than where we are here. No, dental care is actually not expensive in this. Neither is eye care. Teeth and eye care are not expensive in America. Elective surgeries and stuff like that are I guess are very much so, but like regular maintenance of your health is not expensive at all. Now, do people choose to do it? No, which is hilarious. Maybe if it was more expensive, people would want to do it more, but no, I mean, people don't do that very well. Yeah, so you're in New Zealand, Ricky. I mean, New Zealand is a way better run country. You guys are way run heads and tails above America for sure. There are so many countries that are run way better than America. That's the funny thing. Now, are there advantages to being in America? Sure. If I had no family, would I live somewhere other than America? Yes. But I got all my family here. Why would I wouldn't move away from family. Yeah, it's all how you feel. Again, it's uniqueness of life. Again, you guys have been around with me especially for a really long time, and I have a different viewpoint than the missus. She's a little bit more passionate about various things. And I just live my life and do me. I do me. I make sure that everything I can do is the best of my abilities, and I try and account for all types of issues. But when I was in college and stuff, I was eating like ramen every day. And even when I started getting a job, I still ate ramen every day. All right, guys, let's go to chapter 2. So, Ace, I was all ready to deal with this confrontation with Macaron today, but the last thing I was expecting was murder. That's right. So, they're storming the hotel. Let's get over there. I told Macaron we salute you, and hereby we swear to avenge your death. Long live the pigeons and rats. Don't shoot up in the air, you dummies. So much for the pigeons living long. As for you rats, I'll be confiscating those guns. And it's best if you leave us to avenge his death. Fine, we'll go, but you better find our great leader's killer soon, or we'll be taking justice into our own hands. Yeah, so we better get, let's go to the Royal Gardens. Yeah, I like that chapter art. Yeah, I can't remember what we were talking about in the, what was my last thing that we were talking about? And I got distracted by the case, but I forget what we were talking about. Oh, I think I was talking about just living well below your means. I mean, that's just the, if at all possible, do it. Although, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have been living off of ramen. Probably should have had a more balanced diet and spend a little bit more to not have a crappy being healthy. But again, it's just a matter of just be smart. This is Macaron's prison release baggie, so if everything he had on him when he was arrested, we'll have a look through it. Here's a visitor's book for the hotel where people can write messages for guests. Rather old-fashioned method, don't you think? But more importantly, someone wrote a message for Macaron, but it's all faded. We'll need your dusting kit to recover what's written. Excuse me, I'm afraid the hotel is closed until further. Cody? Oh, brother. I wonder if it's Cody. What are you doing here? Why are you wearing that uniform? I can explain. I should hope so. Time for a little chat, Cody. Oh, snap. He's got a wristwatch. Could be a clue. Oh, dear. I mean, obviously, Eleanor is probably going to be a suspect as well. I mean, it makes sense. God, the message from Macaron in the hotel's visitor book says you haven't done Paris right until you've had a wildly inappropriate death. Knowing how wildly inappropriate our victim's death was, this threat must have been written by the killer. The turn of phrase is strange. The chief is good at word games. Let's see if he can figure it out. Ricky, Cody is one of our partners' brother. He was Carrie's long lost brother, but she found him and he was part of a gang. And fell in love with the gang leader's daughter. And they're together and engaged. But obviously that's not great. Oh, that's an interesting picture. That does that look like Macaron? You know, if it's back to us, it's gotta be the mom's. Oh, okay. As for the mystery one, let's identify her. Yeah, I don't recognize that unless she's a lot younger. Oh, it's Nadia. Oh, man, it's her when she's younger without the gray hair. It threw me off. Oh, man. Doesn't surprise me, right? Doesn't surprise us. What, the woman in the photo with macaronis are very own corner when she was younger? So Nadia was... I'm not shocked. Nadia's left for the day, but I think it's worth an in-home visit. Ah, there you go, Nadia. Let's go talk to you. I'm curious about this. Nadia, I thought we told each other everything concerning our sex escapades, no matter how bizarre or embarrassing. Of course we do. So why did you fail to mention your dalliance with Antoine Macaron? Ah, I should have known you'd find out about that. Well, okay. Listen, it was a very, very long time ago. I was a silly little girl fresh out of university and be spotting with disciplining bad boys like Macaron. In any case, it was a short-lived thing that I didn't think worth mentioning, especially since I know you despise the man. Well, yeah, but he was carrying your photo on him when he went to prison, so perhaps his feelings ran deeper than yours. You're probably right, but then again, he is one of many men who harbor feelings for me. I'm sorry for hiding this information from you. I hope you can forgive me. Something tells me she's got probably a list of people that are interested. Oh, I'm not surprised at all. Nadia seems very flirtatious. Yeah, she does. Yeah. And so it doesn't revolve around that, Ricky. However, this is romance, and there's various stages of romance. So, and Nadia's basically she's basically a dominatrix. So there's that aspect of it. Not everybody's like that. Hello, Cody. Tell us why you're dressed in such a manner. Because I'm working as a bellhop at the Royal Culotte Hotel. The truth is that after I left his gang, I needed to find my own way to make ends meet. I paint as a hobby, so at first I tried to sell some of my old paintings up in Montmartre, but I only managed to swap one for a bag of figs. Eventually got this gig at the hotel, but it doesn't pay much, but at least I can afford to buy presents for my fiancée, Eleonora, once in a while. Does your sister know about all this? No, and I prefer to keep it that way. I don't want her to worry. I just realized you must be here to investigate his murder. Yes, of course we are. Why are you working here where he got murdered? Afraid not. My shift only started after he was killed. Ace, I have my beef with Macaron, but no one deserves to be murdered. I hope you find the person who did it. Could be you. Oh, come on. Every season had some shady business in every single one of them. This is just a little more in the romance section. So, um, Ace, you pitted me against a real conundrum this time until my television-obsessed papa came to the rescue. Being a couch potato has its merits. And your perpetrator isn't just a murderer, they're also a thief. How so? Because that's right, you haven't done Paris right until you got a wildly inappropriate death. It was a paraphrase quote they stole from Evelyn in Paris. Is that new TV show filled with annoying cliches about us Parisians? That's the one. But if it was based on reality, it wouldn't be as much fun now, would it? And what Papa's essentially saying is that whoever killed Macaron is a fan of Evelyn in Paris. Alright, I'll make sure to watch this JP once Ace and I have the killer in handcuffs, which is precisely why I was leaving now, taking a look around the sushi restaurant where Macaron dined earlier today. You know what show I've actually binge watched since quarantine on Netflix, which has been fantastic. I'm loving it so much. New Girl. New Girl, great show. I love that. I love all the characters in it. They're so redeeming. I'm midway through season 6, so I have a season and a half left. I've probably spent 23 episodes a season, times that by 2, or divided by 2, so 12 hours between 6 seasons or 5 seasons, so it's 60 hours worth. I'm like 65 hours into like an 80-hour whole story arc and stuff, and man, I like it so much. It's a little humorous, but I just like the characters so much. It's so great. Briefcase. So, but it could be a very American show, so I'm not sure if people outside of America would be interested in watching it. Cool, 100 viewers. Macron left his briefcase at the restaurant. How fortuitous. Let's see what secrets lie inside. We should reassemble the broken metal thing while we're at it. For sure. Thank you very much, Maruthi. Appreciate I've been able to provide you with some entertainment over the years. You guys have definitely been with me through quite a lot as well, so I appreciate all of your guys' support, whether it be watching, commenting, discussing things. Just really appreciate everybody's support over the years. It's been quite a fun journey. Macron's briefcase contained just one folder, Ace, labeled for Antoine Macron lawsuit info. Was this a lawsuit against the boss or vice versa? Ace, I have to admit I've become rather allergic to legal documents ever since my divorce. Let's have somebody able to read through the file instead. Yeah, pawn it off on other people. Hi, Laura. Yeah, it's conspiracy, man. Conspiracy would have been, I think my kid was a year old at the time. Did I have a second kid at Conspiracy? I can't remember. I think second kid was Mysteries of the Past, and Mysteries of the Past was before Conspiracy, so I think he was very young. Hey, Emil, how are you doing this fine evening? Well, I spent most of the time tinkering with the Lover app, trying to delve deeper into that fake account for Gerard wrote before. Oh yeah, with all this macaron business, I completely forgotten about the imposter account involving our president. Yeah, it was probably best since I don't have anything new to tell you. However, what I have discovered through the file that he sent me is that there's a link between Lover and Antoine Macaron. Wait, how so? Turns out the lawsuit was filed against Macaron by none other than Sammy Malouf, Lover's CEO. But he told us, yeah, shocker, he lied to us. Fortunately, some documents were missing from the dossier, so I can't tell you what the dispute was about. I must obtain the information from the horse's mouth. Let's speak to Malouf, Ace. Yeah, I never finished season 4. Season 4 would have been Mysteries of the Past when we had our second kid, and I had to support my wife, so I had to take like a 6-month sabbatical. So, well, if you say you never heard of Antoine Macaron yet, we now discover you filed a lawsuit against you. You better have a good reason why you lied to a police officer. I'm sorry, I have no excuse except I don't want to be embroiled in yet another murder investigation. Fact is, Macaron was one of the earliest investors in Lover. At the time, I had absolutely no idea who he was. It was only after the app became a hit that I discovered his identity as links with the Parisian mob. Of course, I didn't want anything to do with the game, so I offered to buy him out, but he refused, which is why I ended up suing him. It's been so stressful that I've been putting over 10 pounds from binge eating figs and other expensive treats. I sincerely hope that your stress didn't lead you to murder him. Yeah. Junior was more, yeah. Junior, yeah, because I remember I think I tried to balance it, but just the missus was having a really rough time. Um, and me too. We're having a tough time handling 2 kids, especially one that was like less than 2 years old, like 21 months, and the other one was like 1 to 2 months. It was a rough 6 months, man. That was rough. How strange. The Sith flask has Amelia and Antoine engraved on it, circled by a heart. Was there a more serious aspect to Macaron and Amelia's relationship than we imagined? Just some questions to answer. So, yeah, and I don't regret it. I don't think we'd it was very exhausting times for us at the time. So, Miss Brassiere, we thought that Antoine Macaron was your client, not your lover. So what's the meaning of the inscription on this hip flask? I didn't intend to fall in love with him, but when have we humans ever been able to control our hearts? Antoine claimed that he loved me too, and he promised he'd make us official as soon as he got out of prison. He said I'd be able to become a lady of leisure, doing nothing but oil painting and eating figs all day long. So I went to meet him at the hotel today, but as soon as the jerk got his happy ending, he booted me out without paying me a single cent. He was just using me for free sex. That's when I realized that life was never perfect, like Evelyn in Paris. My love for Macaron turned to hate there and then. Yeah, she could easily be the one. Ace comes to no surprise that Antoine Macaron riled some people up. Of course he did. So, what's all this shouting? I can't believe. Uh-oh. Relax, Carrie. She's just mad that he lied to her. I get it, Carrie, but tranquilo. Anyways, I'll grab some stars once you guys are back here. Wow. So yeah. Hey, it happens, man. It happens. Most of you are probably way too young, um, but once you become an adult and you have kids, you will definitely understand. You need to make. There's going to be some sacrifices that need to be made to make sure that that your relationship with your wife is sound and strong, as well as you guys make it through, man. Kids are rough, man. They're great, but man, they're rough. They definitely not many people in here probably have kids, but they can be tough on a relationship for sure. It is probably so much easier to be in a relationship without kids for sure. But at the end of the day, uh, kids can either, obviously strengthen or weaken your relationship. And so for me, they've strengthened our relationship. So that's a positive. But, you know, gotta put in the work, man. Gotta put in the work. So you guys are all probably too young for that, but I'm sure Carrie's pissed that she didn't tell him, and that because like I could have helped with the money and all that other stuff. Yeah, stepmom's also tough. Um, I feel like it probably is different also depending on if they're boys or girls. I feel like boys might be a little bit more accepted to a stepmom, but I don't know if girls would be. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I have actually no idea. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of the people that I know that have stepmoms. Usually the stepmoms are pretty cool. Um, like you can see they're trying at least. Um, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's when you're talking about that aspect of it, it's always going to throw the kids for a loop. So goat, that can't be a real story. It can't be a real story, goat. I thought you were young, dude. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, dude, you're not even old enough to do that. So fooling some people in chat here, but I'm like, dude, you're like 18 or 19. Like, there's no way. Oh, does a rabbit there. Basically, like everyone in the chat is under 18 years old. That's basically my vision is always everybody's 18 years old. I mean, you're right. There's probably a couple people that are over 18, but for the most part, everybody's 18 years old. Well, I know you are, Carrie, because we've played Criminal Case for a while. But you, by the way, you look like you could be 18. It's pretty much the same thing. Oh, what was I talking to somebody? Oh, yeah. There's a, um, I was talking to somebody at my work because we were reminiscing because I think I didn't ask her age, so I don't know how old she was, but um, we talked a little bit about the good old days of like Spark Notes and Cliff Notes and going to like the places and actually like buying like a yellow book that would help you in like school and stuff. And I was like, ah, it's like I can tell you're at least around my age because you remember that stuff. And I was like, that stuff isn't even present these days. You just go online. I'm like when I was in high school specifically, online wasn't really a thing. just yet, so you still had to go like bookstores and like figure out a lot of this stuff. So honestly, for me, um, it throws me off when people say that they have like I was meeting someone that I work with that just came onto the company, and we're talking and stuff, and she said she had a kid, and I was like, oh cool, yeah, we both have kids and such. She's like, yeah, my kid's in high school, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, okay. I'm like, I did not peg you for having a high school aged kid. I like, that's, I'm like, I don't know what to do with that or say, but I'm a little shocked. But you know, there's like a balance of people, and there's like the people that like look young, but like act mature. And because I've been in a fairly I would say a fairly successful career path for a lot of people. Most of the people I meet are very affluent and able to speak very, very well. So for someone like me, when I meet people, even if you look young, you could be, you could act like you're a lot older. Like I used to get that all the time. Before people like would meet me and get to know me a little bit more. But they're like, man, I always thought you were older because of how competent you sounded and how you phrase things and the experience that you've had. And I'm like, well, thanks. But the same thing goes now that I'm a little bit older. Is there's when you start working in very high powered, not high powered positions, but I say once you start getting into like the corporate America, um, you start working with people like at the manager level and above. um, they're so varying in the ranges that they're at, and some people earn their way there. Some people just get there through other ways, but you can tell pretty much right away with the way that people handle things, and how they talk and stuff, like where they're at. But the age, it's almost always hard to tell. Always hard to tell. Favorite judge? Gosh, I would have to even pull up all the pictures of the judges to figure out which judge. Um, Basically, anytime the judge gave lifers more often, I liked. So we've had some soft judges over the years, and over the seasons. I like the hardest judge. I can't remember who that is though. Skewer. I don't know where that is. Oh, there. No, is that a skewer? I don't know if that's a skewer though. There's a skewer. That's what a skewer is. Yeah, we're almost actually done with this. This will be great. Eh, you are how you look. I mean, so one of the reasons I grew facial hair, or at least like let it grow in rather than being clean shaven, was because in my job I wanted to be taken more seriously. Because I've been put into I've always worked at a higher level than people expect me to be. So facial hair for me helped me for people to, and obviously I look like crap now, but you put a button down on me and get me to where I'm a little bit more clean shaven and you know I do my hair a little bit and I can pass for a older person, you know. I mean honestly I look the same in my eyes than I did like 10 years ago. But if I have facial hair, it puts me at like people think I'm probably like early to mid 30s, which again that's fine. I'm good with that. Um, I just want them to think that I'm not out of college. That's the big thing. Just make sure that they think that I'm not just straight out of college and then we're golden. Um, so, because the one thing you need in the position that I'm in is you pretty much need instant respect from people. And so there's certain ways you do that. For me, it's trying to present myself in the best way. I'm muted? I'm not muted. You're muted. Where's soy sauce? Oh, it's up there. Yeah, you know, don't grow a beard and do a goatee. Like that was cool like early 2000s, but not anymore. Um, and actually, I can't remember what I did, but like me, me, uh, me like in between like the first 5 to 7 days of like from a fresh. Remember when I was clean shaven? I think it was like probably a month or two ago. I went like fully clean shaven again. The first week, like the first 7 days, oh man, um, I my face does not grow facial hair very well, and so I was very patchy, and it was a rough look. Not gonna lie, it was a rough look. Um, so usually when I shave like you know with so that it looks even all the way across. But you know, it's one of those things where that first 5 days I was never comfortable going out in public with where it looked very patchy. But as long as I waited a little bit. Can't remember why. Maybe I was sick or something like that, and like all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, it actually doesn't look bad if I just let it grow out a little bit. That was fun. That was fun. The realization that you don't that I could actually my facial hair would eventually grow in to where it didn't look ridiculous. Like I just thought my hair would be my face would always be like patchy, but it doesn't get patchy once it starts to grow in a little bit more. Anywho, we're getting off topic here. Although this is Star Collection, we're never on topic. The easiest way to tell my age is look at my username. Look at my username. You just gotta do the math. Just gotta do the math. And you'll be within a year. I mean, I'm born in the middle of the year at the end of July, so, you know, again, do the math. Yeah, I was back in the day, man, where you slapped on your date of birth on your name. A lot of people did that back in the day. I don't know if they do that so much anymore. I don't think they do. I turned 33 later this year. You thought it was 88. Oh man. Oh, Ricky. Yeah, my baseball number was 25. So that or 42. Those were kind of my two. 42 is my dad's number because he played basketball in like high school and college. So I would sometimes be 42 if 25 was taken. I just really like the 25 was usually reserved for like heavy hitters and like the hitters on the team, and I was a pitcher, so I just like taking it. It's basically like in football and a lineman taking like a smaller number or something like that. It's just funny. All right, folks, let's head back to chapter 3. He's so surprised that he was riled up. Of course he did. So why are you mad, Carrie? We all know why you're mad. Of course, I already called this because I don't want you to worry. Could have been worried about you ever since you disappeared all those years ago, and now that I finally had a chance to help you, you choose to leave me in the dark? Well, Carrie, when you put it that way, sorry to be repeating through so much, and I'm sorry I didn't come to you when I had financial problems. I promise it won't happen again. Thanks, just know I'm always here for you. And I'll always be here for my two favorite Americans. Now, I'd love for us to all go have a drink together, but Ace and I have macarons killer to catch. Please excuse while I make another sweep of the gardens outside the hotel. It is so funny how quickly like they're trying to get these things like through these like storylines. I feel like they're abridging a lot of this stuff. Oh, family's doing well. Wife's doing well. I mean, we're in quarantine, so we can't wait till we can go out and see family. Um, hopefully in a few months we'll be able to do that. I know people are starting to get vaccinated, so hopefully that comes soon. Okay, security cameras up there, perfect. And then binoculars are where? So binoculars are not anywhere around there, so they gotta be somewhere in the middle. There they are up there. Boom. Did I get a star? Yes. Sweet. Binoculars are directed straight into Macron's hotel suite. I assume green powder on them. Perhaps will reveal who'd been spying on our victim. And this car's design looks familiar, but I can't figure out where it's from. Let's recover the blurred writing. And yeah, there's always security footage that's useful. Something tells me Nadia's back in the picture with Macaron. I feel like that's not as simple as what she stated. Don't. I feel like it. Can't wait to see what interesting insights Emil discovers from the security camera footage. Oh yeah, from the bird, that his people shot. There we go. Perfect. Ace, we need to examine that green powder from the binoculars. Yeah, Jones was the first time in an earlier case that actually remembered us. But honestly, I think the only reason he remembered us was because it's the last case, and so they wanted to have a little bit, one of the last cases, so they wanted to have like a little throwback. Uh-oh. Why would you send him that? But wait, this isn't for Antoine Macron? I thought the happy couple hated him, so why don't I remember if they invited him to their wedding? We need to question Cody about this. That seems dangerous. Don't get me wrong, I don't like quarantine either, in terms of not seeing family. But at the end of the day, uh, where I live, it is not we don't have a war going on. I don't have any family members that are being sent away to war. So for being an American, there were wars literally all throughout the 1900s. You got World War One, World War Two, Vietnam, Korea, Desert Storm, like 5 wars in a 100-year span. We've had 0 wars in the 2000s. So if I have to deal with like a year, maybe even a year and a half of not seeing family and only seeing them through video chat, I'll take it, man. That is way better than having some sort of crazy war that we have to deal with. That I have family members or people that I love that are going away and stuff. So perspective is all I go for. Again, different way to look at things. I agree, but man, I do not think this is not as bad. You know, we also have FaceTime and all that stuff, so there's the opportunity to still see people. So it sucks, but it could be way worse. There's even countries out there right now that are still fighting and stuff, so it could be worse. The green powder from the binoculars is formaldehyde. It's a substance coroners use on a daily basis, which means the binoculars. Oh, great. Of course she was spying on him. Of course she was spying on him. Alright, so what's up with this? Emil. Hey, this looks like your favorite gangster, a stalker. Okay, but maybe they definitely looked like he was being followed to his hotel by one of your suspects. You see the camera footage shows Macron entering the hotel. Then we see Roland and Nancy following him inside. We know that he interviewed him, so why would he follow him back to the hotel? Ooh, ooh. It doesn't seem like he was wanting to be seen. That's sinister. Wow, you're only 5'6". That's Dear Jace, I'm late for my interview with that actress from Evelyn in Paris. You better make this quick. Take as long as we need. Now explain why you were following Antoine Macron to his hotel today. Well, looks like you're the only people in France who didn't listen to my interview with Macron, because if you had, you know how badly he insulted me. He said I was a man with less substance than a fig, and that was no surprise that I couldn't hold on to my floozy of an ex-wife. Whoa. The interview went out live, and my children were listening. It was the last thing I needed after that horrible article and like gossip about my marital woes. Okay, but this still doesn't explain why you were essentially stalking him. Well, after he left, I was still fuming, so I decided to follow him to the Royal Culotte to give him a piece of my mind. But the bloody hotel lackeys wouldn't allow me further than the reception desk, so I went and let off a little steam in my oil painting class instead. I hope for your sake that you didn't actually let off steam by killing the mob boss. If you did, I'm gonna give you a pass. Again, I don't know why we're so upset that he killed the mob boss. I mean, I get that we're supposed to try and be upset, but at the end of the day, the guy was not good. So, now to find your binoculars point directly into Macron's room, I truly hope you had a good reason for spying on him. My reason is I'm sick of men like him not getting the justice they deserve simply by using their wealth and connections to beat the system. And I love my job as a coroner, but sometimes I feel as useless as a silly girl from Evelyn in Paris, especially when I see you all out and about investigating while I'm cooped up in my lab. So today I decided to take things in my own hands and do some sleuthing of my own. Did you see anything of use? No, else I told you. All I saw was Macron entering the suite and then promptly closing the curtains. I didn't even witness the murder. Alright, Nadia, from now on I appreciate it if you limit your adventures to your sex parties. Oh, why isn't she answering? Cody, is everything alright? Yes, I haven't been able to get in touch with Eleanor all day. I really hope she's okay, seeing that her father just died and all. Anyone can take care of herself. It's Eleanor. Well, let's know if you need help tracking her down. Speaking of her father, we thought you both despised him, so why would you invite him to your wedding? Because he was the only family she had. Eleanor told me she didn't want anything to do with her dad, but I could see that she was sad that he wasn't going to walk her down the aisle. So I realized that Macron was staying at the same hotel that I was working in. I went to his room to give the invite. Did he accept? course not. The jerk stood over my dead body and then pointed his gun at me. I ran away as fast as I could. I was as naive as the protagonist, as in Evelyn and Paris to think Macron had a single kind bone in his body. Eleanor deserved better. Yes, so let's go to the final place. His death. %, agree with you, Bonnie. Cody is an idiot. Dummy. Nice. Got a box of oil paints, just like one that our killer uses. Perhaps getting a sample of his black fibers. Let's rummage through everything. Final 2 clues, and then we'll go into the additional. We'll go straight over to the additional investigation and. Gosh, some of these mini games I just don't like. We need to dispatch those black fibers. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Haven't even really been looking at the suspects. I totally see it being the dominatrix chick though. Brassiere. Don't see it being anyone from our team though. Ah, murder weapon. Yep. Yep, Nadia told us Macron was to suffocate with using a plastic bag. Who are we looking at? A murder weapon? There's only one way to find out, and that's send the bag to Enzo. Toot sweet. Alright, so what are the final 2 clues? You got blood type, maybe? Yeah, probably not. This is a toiletry bag. Saliva. Oh, maybe? A watch cleaning fluid. Oh, interesting. Well, you know, Cody has a watch. I don't think the Brassiere chick has one. That's interesting. You know that I tried to be vegan once, and I actually ended up living without dairy and eggs and cheese, but the one thing I couldn't give up was my leather jacket. Okay. Oh, so these fibers are strands of leather, and there were traces of. Ooh, so maybe this is okay. So it's a leather jacket. So we know who this is. It's really easy. This is the interviewer. Time to arrest the person who dared to murder Antoine Macron. Elio? Gotta be that guy, right? I mean, the only other person it could be would, but she's not wearing a watch. She's wearing leather, but she's not wearing a watch. Obviously, he's wearing a watch, but not leather. No leather. She's wearing leather, but no watch. Watch, leather, everything. Boom. Roland Ante, you have done the world a service. You get to be the scapegoat, so we can just be like, hey, it's out of our hands. Pretty dumb that you got caught on camera. Roland Nancy, I cannot believe you had the balls to murder the leader of the Parisian mob. What are you talking about? I didn't murder anything except possibly my career. No use lying, man. Not only did we find oil paints you used to write Die Pig on Macron's chest and the magazine article, we've also got the plastic bag you used to suffocate the man. For radio host, you seem rather lost for words, Nancy. Yeah. I killed him, but that pig deserved to die. Surely didn't murder the fellow simply because he insulted you during his interview. Oh, believe me, that was only one injustice of many I've suffered at the hands of Macron ever since I was a teenager. Explain further. When I was 15, that scoundrel had a sordid affair with my mother and then left her to deal with the consequences. When my father found out, he abandoned us, and my family ended up destitute and homeless. My mother asked him for help, but we've used this plotline before. Of course, we refused to pander to his demands. I never forgave him. Everything I've done in my life has been leading up to the moment I could get my revenge. And that moment came today. Absolute demented. As soon as he agreed to an interview, I knew I'd never get a better chance. Of course, he didn't recognize me. Roland Nanty as a little boy whose life he'd ruined, but he obviously knew about my marital issues, and his insults just intensified my desire to kill him. As you know, I followed him back to the hotel room, but unlike what I told you, it was easy to get past the reception staff. I hadn't planned how I was going to kill him, but when I saw all the BDSM paraphernalia in his room, I knew exactly what to do. The monster was quite inebriated on sake, so it was easy to jump in and cover his face in a plastic bag. He died in utter agony. Oh, brother. Okay, this is a little too graphic, man. You're getting way too into this. Yeah. I mean, you did rid the world. My guess is 20 years. Guilty, Your Honor. Proud to have rid the world. I mean, not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad you did too. One who evaded the law far too many times for my liking, but that in no way justifies his murder. Trust me, there would have been no other way to bring him down. I was close. Since you show no remorse, the court has no choice but to sentence you to 16 years in prison. That's true. 16 years in prison, better than a lifetime of freedom with Macaron running amok. Don't disagree with you. Don't disagree with you. Well, Ace, looks like Macaron's heartlessness finally came to bite him in the face. Bite him in the face. That's a weird phrasing. Yeah, his family was probably one of many destroyed without a care. Can't say I'm surprised he wanted revenge. Well, and I'm not. I'm happy he's dead. Nor me. You, I just want to say sorry again for not being completely honest with you. Oh, Nadia, you know I can't stay mad at you for too long. But if you really want to make up for it, you can pepper drinks at tonight's apéro. Hello? Yes, now let's get to where this final case is. I want to look at the potential murder and all that stuff. I just want to get through this. We'll always have Paris as quickly as possible. Surprised at the famous radio host. I am too. I thought it could be someone else. Meet me in my son's office. Sounds intriguing. I'll join you too. I was just hoping to speak to Carrie and Ace. I'm kind of freaking out here. Okay, Cody, of course we can talk. Do you mind if we chat to Cody before we see what happens with the High Commissioner? Well, one of them obviously is the lover app stuff. The other thing is Cody and Eleanor is probably missing, which is not good either. All right, are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. It's Eleanor I'm worried about. Don't tell me you think she's cheating on you again. No, it's just I haven't been able to get in touch with her all day. She isn't answering her phone and isn't at her apartment either. I know she hated her dad, but that doesn't mean she isn't cut up by his murder. I need to find her and make sure she's okay. Don't worry, Cody. If anyone can find her, it's Ace. Now, can you think of anywhere she likes to go when she wants to be alone? She did say that she finds the gardens of the Palais Royal quite peaceful, especially in the evening. Perfect. We'll start our search there. Come on, Ace. Let's get to the Palais Royal and find Eleonora. Yep. Don't be a gangster. You're going to get caught. The other thing is, just don't do bad things. Do things on the up and up and you'll be good. Not to say that I've always done things on the up and up. I was in the day where we torrented music and other stuff. I don't torrent anymore, but I did that back in the day, for sure. I don't know what that Eiffel Tower is, what that's supposed to look like. Oh, there it is. It's a little mini one. But, I mean, to be fair, everybody torrented back in the day. This is Eleanor's handbag, Ace. She's got to be around here somewhere. I don't see her, but let's try and find clues as to her whereabouts in her bag. I don't even think these days those torrent sites are like, I don't know, maybe they're still around. Once I got a real job, I kind of stopped going down that route. All right. I feel like I violated privacy by looking at her bag, but this note could be important. It says Shawasana Basho, 12 p.m. It's signed by Papa. Your dad sent it while he was still alive. What's this? Some kind of code? Well, if it's code, the Chief's bound to crack. Let's see what he has to say about this note. Yeah, it's probably a French thing. That makes perfect sense to JP, but not to us. So let's see what you got to say. Chief Delacour, I want to thank you for taking the time to help me find my fiance. Don't mention it. Anyway, I love a good word puzzle. Having said that, Eleanor's note from her father, it wasn't coded at all. It was simply written in Japanese. Okay, so do you know what it means? Lucky for you, I studied Japanese when I tired of doing the crossword. Shawasana Basho means happy place. Well, where the heck could that be? Oh, you're right. The sushi restaurant that Antoine Macron was at today is called Making Me Happy. And sushi is Japanese cuisine after all. Ah, it could be Eleanor's code for the Making Me Happy restaurant. Agreed, which means it's gotta be our next port of call. Here we are. Let's see if we can find a waiter. Wait, there's Eleanor sitting in the corner over there. I'm gonna go talk to her. Oh no, I've been looking all over for you. How'd you find me? Well, that's not important. How have you've been crying? I didn't want you to see me like this all week instantly. The truth is that my father's murder affected me more than I thought it would. I met Papa today just before he died. We had a huge fight about our wedding. I said the nastiest things to him, and now he's dead, and I can't take any of it back. I can't imagine what you're going through. Is there anything I can do? Well, I've been sitting in this booth for hours now thinking about my Papa. I'm really sorry, but I can't continue to be in a relationship my father was so against. Oh, you gotta be flipping kidding me. What are you saying? Oh, this is lame. This is incredibly lame. This can't be true. That can't be true. That can't be true. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna believe that at all. No. I'm not even gonna read it. It's not gonna happen. That's not true. Come on. That's that's not true. That's not true at all. Nope. Not gonna believe it. Not gonna believe it. After all they've been through, that's so dumb. Her father's been unsupportive of it since the beginning. Why all of this? That's ridiculous. Hello, Jean-Philippe. What is the surprise you wanted to show us? Well, I was watching my usual trashy gossip when a story came out about our president. It turns out that social media is awash with a rather compromising video of him. Take a look for yourself. Viva la Republique, viva la France. Well, I love when we talk dirty. Bonjour, la president. Ah, okay. We just see the president caught in a, yeah, very naughty of him. But on a more serious note, such a video could ruin the reputation and career. So somebody's blackmailing him. And they match the ones in the suite which Antoine Macron is studying at. Barry found a fake profile of the president, so who's to say this video isn't also counterfeit? I say we take a look around the room to find any clues to the legitimacy of this. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I still don't think that's true. That can't be true. That is such a that is such a bad way to have this thing go. I don't think that's true. Can't be true. Anyways, massage oil. Hair dryers up here. That can't be true. I don't agree with that at all. That can't be true. I refuse to believe it. Besides, identical to the one the president was wearing at the incriminating video. This means our president could have been in the room, but we shouldn't jump to conclusions yet. Let's get this in cells. Nah, it just doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. Time for Enzo to find a match for the skin cells. I agree. Night, man. If it's a good night for you, then you must be in like New Zealand or Australia or something. Good night. You never guess what I've discovered about the. Let me guess, they don't belong to our president. Absolutely not. They come from Jean Bolt, the legendary male porn star. What? Hey, so glad I found you. I figured exactly what's going on. The video of the president and the prostitutes a deep fake device. Yeah, I figured they would do a deep fake. Remember how the hidden dating profile we found was so active? I figured out that this is because someone was analyzing its face in order to plan it on such videos. So surely Sammy must have known about that, being the CEO. Yes, which is why you need to confront him. But first, we better inform the president of our findings. Oh yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Sure, yeah, I didn't cheat on you. I swear it was I swear on Jacques Chirac's grave. Apologies for the intrusion, my fellow president. But we bring good news. That video of you cavorting with the ladies have concrete proof that it's fake. Oh, what a relief. I thought my career and marriage were over. I was about to run home and make sure my wife wasn't filing for divorce. Which miscreants behind this disgusting video? I bet it's that Marie Stylo. I know she's still bitter about me beating her at the last election. Actually, the reason the person who created the video is Sammy Maloof, the founder of an online dating app called Lover. Our next mission is to apprehend this man and understand his motive behind this. We're glad to hear it. Just you'll do everything in your power to bring this heinous criminal to justice. Use whatever funds necessary. Really? I've had like a little kid give me 20 grand. You're gonna give me 20 grand? That's okay. Ace, I see your report with the deep fake technology. You see Sammy's behind it? Why was he trying to destroy the president's reputation? So we're trying to figure out, Chief. We dispatched all available officers to locate him, but he's nowhere to be found. There's nothing we can do but keep looking. The president's asked us to make it our priority to bring him down. Well, and Chief Hugo, I know this isn't police business, but I thought you should know that Eleanor broke her engagement with Cody. She said she owed it to her murdered father since he was so against the relationship. As you can imagine, Cody is devastated. Well, that's just dumb. Yeah, that's just dumb. Hey, Ace. Couldn't help hearing your conversation just now with Carrie, and I want to surprise with something to make her feel better. Can't tell you what it is, but can you help me with part of the surprise? She told me she loved the roses growing in the gardens of the Palais Royal. Could you come with me to collect some? Sure. If they're not together, this is so silly and dumb. That would be so ridiculous. That would be so ridiculous. I can't even fathom. Hope you don't prick yourself while pricking the rose days. Now we just need to turn them into a bouquet. matches. This goes here, and this probably goes over here. Yep. That's beautiful. Carrie's gonna love it. I smash her can make me here for a surprise. You're welcome to stay, Ace. If he pops a question, again, the cases were supposed to be doubled, so they really had to condense this. Beautiful roses, Enzo. You're so sweet. Carrie, I know these are really sad times for your brother, what with Eleanor breaking up with him, but it's made me realize that life doesn't always work out the way you expect it to. So I must tell you that I'm madly in love with you, and I couldn't bear it if I lost you. Will you marry me? Oh my goodness, yes, yes, a million times yes. Shocker. Shocker, right? I mean, this is the city of romance. You assume that there's going to be people that make relationships here. Sorry I haven't got you an engagement ring yet. You didn't even get her engagement ring? Oh my gosh. Get something, dude. Something for symbol. You literally just said, hey, I want to marry you, and you didn't. And you gave her roses? That is by far, like, if I had done that to my wife, she would have laughed in my face, and she would have said, you need to go and do this whole thing over again. Oh my goodness. Wait, I can't marry you, Enzo. Well, why not? I can't get engaged on the same day my brother got unengaged. It would be too cruel. Oh, no need to worry about that. I spoke to Cody, who's not only delighted about our engagement, but said we could also use his and Eleanor's wedding venue for our marriage. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Harry Enzo, I can't believe you. Good news. Felicitations to you both. Thank you. Hugo, old boy. I can't believe she said yes. Cody was nice enough to let us use him and Eleanor's wedding venue by the Eiffel Tower. I couldn't ask for a better brother-in-law or wife. This is just, oh my goodness. Oh, they found Sammy Malouf. The problem is he's dead. Of course he's dead. Of course he's dead. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a trip, man. What a trip. This is why you don't do 17 cases, if you can help it. Ooh, he got beheaded. Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. That is not a good look for him. Not a good look for him. Yikes. So anyways, guys, next week is the final case is in 2 weeks. I hope to see all of you guys there. What a fun ride Criminal Case has been, just in terms of just all the seasons and everything. Plan is, at least at this point, is to work with next week, actually have a reunion of sorts of guests of old that have been on previous cases. So I'll be working on trying to put that together with some of the mods in here as well. Probably have a way within Discord for people to ask questions and potentially even get on to voice chat. So next week will be kind of a fan, send-off type deal. So we'll be excited for doing that. And then for the final case, I think we'll do everything. It'll just be, again, just me solo as normal. Once everything ends, I may have 30 minutes at the end where I bring some people on that are available and maybe ask questions, talk about some things, and talk about what the heck I plan on doing after Criminal Case. Because at this point, Criminal Case has been my part of my life for the last 7 years, and it's weird to think of what would I do next. Interesting. So thank you all for coming for this one. I will see you guys next week and then the following week. So goodbye for now. This has been Pitching 88. Over and out.